bustling coastal town, there lived an old sailor named Elias, known for his remarkable stories and a peculiar vise he carried everywhere. The vise, though simple in appearance, had a deep significance. It sat on his desk in a small workshop by the harbor, where he spent his days repairing ships and nets for the locals. Elias was admired by many for his wisdom, but few knew the story behind the vise. One stormy evening, as the rain lashed against the windows of his workshop, a young woman named Clara entered, drenched and desperate. "I heard you're the one to talk to when all hope seems lost," Clara said, her voice trembling. Elias looked up from his work, his weathered hands still holding a frayed rope. "And what hope have you lost, young one?" he asked, his voice steady as the tide. Clara explained how her dreams of becoming an artist felt unattainable. She had tried and failed too many times, her self-doubt growing heavier with every misstep. "I've lost my way," she admitted, "and I'm not sure I'm strong enough to keep going." Elias smiled and gestured to the vise on his desk. "Let me tell you a story about this little tool," he said. Years ago, Elias had been a young sailor, caught in the grip of the fiercest storm he had ever faced. His ship, tossed by towering waves, seemed destined to sink. Amid the chaos, Elias discovered that the mast holding the sail was loose and threatening to snap. Without it, the ship would be lost. He found an old vise in the ship's storage, a simple rusty tool, and used it to clamp the broken mast together. With the vise holding strong, the mast withstood the storm, and the ship was saved. When the storm passed, Elias explained, "I realized that little vise wasn't just a tool. It was a symbol of possibility. In that moment, it held together not just the mast, but my hope." Elias turned to Clara and said, "Life's challenges are like that storm. They threaten to break you, to make you give up. But sometimes, all you need is a vise, a small piece of strength to hold everything together until the storm passes. And often, that strength comes from within you." Clara looked at the vise, its surface worn but sturdy. "So, you're saying I need to find my own vise to hold on through my storm?" "Exactly," Elias replied. "And the beauty is, you already have it. It's in your perseverance, your creativity, and your ability to keep trying, no matter how hard it gets. That is your vise." Inspired, Clara returned to her art with a newfound determination. She embraced her failures as part of the process and began to see them as stepping stones rather than barriers. Over time, her work gained recognition, and she became known for her resilience as much as her talent. Years later, Clara returned to the coastal town to visit Elias. She found him in his workshop, still fixing ropes and telling stories. She showed him a small sculpture she had created, a delicate hand holding a vise, symbolizing strength and hope. Elias smiled, his eyes gleaming with pride. "You've not just survived your storm, Clara. You've become someone else's vise of possibility." Life's storms can feel overwhelming, but like the old vise on Elias's desk, small moments of strength and resilience can hold everything together. The vise of possibility is within each of us, a symbol of our ability to persevere and transform challenges into triumphs. What will your vise hold together today? So, if this story resonated with you, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.